Good morning, dear students. So, in the last class, we had seen about iodine test, and also we have seen about carbohydrates, isn't it? So, my first question is, what do you mean by carbohydrate? പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഓർക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ? What is carbohydrate? Carbohydrates are the substances or compounds comprising carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, isn't it? And one of the example for carbohydrate is starch. And how can we find out if you are given a food item that contain starch? How can we find out the presence of starch in that? By using iodine test, isn't it? How can we prepare iodine test? Sorry, how can we make iodine solution? So we should have a beaker or something, and we are having some amount of water here, and we are adding a few drops of iodine to this, so that we get a purple colored iodine solution. With that iodine solution, we can conduct the test for starch. If the color changes to bluish black or blue color, we can identify the presence of starch in that. These are the things we had discussed in the last class. I hope you understand, isn't it? Okay students, now we are moving to the next topic, that is test for protein. Test for protein. Or if you are given a food item, does it contain protein? Does it contain protein? How can you find out if you are given a food item that contains protein? Is there any solution for finding out the presence of protein? Is there any test for that, like iodine test? Is there anything? That we are going to discuss in this class. So before that, we need to understand what is protein. What is protein? Proteins are the compounds which are essential for living organism. This is the definition for protein. What is protein? Proteins are the compounds which are essential for living organism. Clear? So we need to study an experiment for finding out the presence of protein in a food item. How can we conduct that? That we are going to see. Okay. Before that, can you tell me some of the food items that contain protein? One of the food item we already discussed. What is that? Anybody can say? Definitely that is fishes. That means fishes contain proteins. Like that, pulses contain proteins, and meat contain proteins, and milk contain protein, and similarly cheese also contain proteins. Clear? These are the food items contain proteins. So students, now we are going to see the test for protein. So if you are given a food item, here, how can we find out whether this food item contains protein? Is there any solution for that? Is there any test for that? In the case of starch, we have learned that. In the case of carbohydrate, we can use iodine solution. So iodine test we can use for finding out the presence of carbohydrate. So in the case of protein, similarly we can use another test that is by using caustic soda solution, by using caustic soda solution and by using copper sulfate solution. With the help of these two, we can finding out the presence of protein by using caustic soda solution and copper sulfate solution. So first of all, we can see what is caustic soda solution and how does it make. These are the things we can discuss first of all. Okay. So what is caustic soda? Caustic soda means that is sodium hydroxide. This is sodium hydroxide. Caustic soda means that is sodium hydroxide and it appears white in color and solid in form. Okay, caustic soda appears white in color and solid in form. So for testing the presence of protein, we need to make a solution, isn't it? So usually, how does we make a solution? When we mix the substance with water, that is important. When we mix a substance with water, we get a solution, isn't it? When we mix the substance with water, we get a solution. So how did we do the preparation of iodine solution? For making that solution, we mix iodine with the water, so we get iodine solution, isn't it? Similarly, for getting solution, we should mix the substance with the water, then we get a solution. Clear? So here in the case of caustic soda preparation, caustic soda solution preparation, we need to mix the caustic soda with what? Who can say? Definitely water. We should mix caustic soda with water. So we get caustic soda solution, isn't it? So we made a solution, that is caustic soda solution. Is that clear? Now we need to discuss about the copper sulfate solution. We can denote as USO4 and it appears in bluish in color. It appears in bluish in color. Understand? So here also we need to make a solution. Definitely we know that we need to mix it with water, isn't it? So we need to mix copper sulfate with water. So we will get a copper sulfate solution. Understand? So we prepared two solutions here. One is caustic soda solution and another one is copper sulfate solution. So by using these two, we can finding out the presence of protein. Clear, students? Now students, let's see the procedure. Let's see the procedure for finding out the presence of protein. What we have? We have two solutions. What are they? Caustic soda solution and copper sulfate solution. We have these two solutions are available and you are given pulses. You are given pulses. We know that pulses are very rich in protein. How can we prove it? That is the main question. How can we prove the pulses contain proteins? Here we can conduct the experiment. So first of all, what we are going to do, we have to make pulses in a paste form. Okay, so we need to make pulses in a paste form by using mixer grinder. By using mixer grinder, we can make pulses in a paste form. Clear? And then we need to take a test tube. We need to take a test tube. Suppose this is a test tube. Now we are adding this paste form of pulses into it. This is pulses. You just imagine this is pulses in what form? In paste form. Understand? Also, next we are adding few drops of water. We are adding few drops of water to it. Understand? We are adding a few drops of water to this, so that we get a semi-liquid form. So that we get a semi-liquid form. Clear? So in this test tube we get the semi-liquid form of this. Clear? Now after this, we are adding 2 drops of copper sulfate solution to this. 2 drops of copper sulfate solution we are adding to that test tube, and after that 10 drops of caustic soda solution we are adding to this. Clear? 2 drops of copper sulfate solution we are adding, and later we are adding 10 drops of caustic soda solution also to this. Clear? And later we are mixing this, or we are shaking this test tube very well. Shaking the test tube. We are shaking this test tube, and finally keep it undisturbed. Keep it undisturbed. Clear? So these are the steps involved in the test for protein. Clear? So after some times, if we see a violet color, we can identify the presence of starch. We can identify the presence of starch. And if there is no color, what we can say, there is no protein. Clear? So once again I am telling you the procedure included in test for protein. First of all, we need to have a food item. Here we have pulses, and we need to convert that pulses in a paste form by using mixer grinder. And we need to have a test tube, and we are adding that pulses into the test tube, and followed by that we are adding some amount of few drops of water to that, so that we are getting a semi-liquid form of that. And later we are adding 2 drops of caustic soda solution and 10 drops of copper sulfate solution, and we are shaking that very well, and keep it that undisturbed for a while, and so that after some time we can notice the presence of violet color. The appearance of violet color we can see. If there is the appearance of violet color, we can conclude that that food item contain protein, and if there is no color change, that means the given substance does not contain protein. This is the test for protein. Clear? So in short we can say that the appearance of violet color indicates the presence of protein in a substance. Clear? Is that clear? Okay, thank you.